You've seen it everywhere now. Everybody has been saying that Minecraft 1.20 is going to be an end update, and it's definitely an update the Minecraft community needs. But what is actually going to be included in the end update? New biomes? New mobs? New loot and ores? In today's video, I'm going to show you what the end update could look like. When you first arrive in the end dimension, you find yourself on an island in the middle of the echoing void. And to be honest, it's pretty boring. So I'm going to give this end island a little makeover. First and foremost, I want to introduce a new biome to the end. Something that adds some variety from the old boring end plains. So my first idea is a biome that has purple ground and purple trees. Seems easy enough. Alright, so here's a prototype version of this biome I've been working on. As you can see, we have our purple ground right here, which I have named Enderlax, as well as our trees, which are made up of Enderlax logs and Enderlax leaves. As of right now, the shape of the Enderlax tree is kind of generic, but we might change it a little bit later, but for now, it'll do the trick. So now that we have the bare bones of our new biome made, let's go ahead and add some more fun stuff to the biome. And what would be a new Minecraft biome without a new mob to live in it? So here we have the Ender Frog, a brand new mob to the Enderlax forest. The Ender Frog has 15 health and has a movement speed of 0.15 and an underwater movement speed of 0.18. For reference, a player's basic movement speed is 0.1. This mob acts a lot like a regular frog does, but has a few noticeable differences. Probably the most notable change is that the Ender Frog does teleport just like an Enderman does. This mob is also passive, so it won't attack the player at all. And a feature that was directly inspired by Dr. Forden's Poison Frog add-on, you can scoop up the frogs into a bowl. You can put these bowls on your head, but it's pretty bugged, as you can tell right now. The next mob I've added into the game is the End Scarab. This End Scarab has 25 health, has a movement speed of 0.15, and does 5 attack damage. This mob actually lives in a separate biome, which will be showcased in my next update video. So if you want to see this mob in its new biome, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Our new End biome now has a structure as well as a creature living inside of it, but now we need to give people a reason to come and visit the biome. And what better way to bring Minecraft players to an area than by adding new ores to it? So I've created 2 new ores for this biome. The first new ore is called Eternium. This ore will drop an item called Raw Eternium when it's mined, which you can then use to smelt into Eternium ingots. You can use these ingots to craft a brand new type of Minecraft armor, the Eternium armor. This armor set has the exact same level of protection as diamond armor, but is 50% more durable than diamond armor, meaning it will last much longer without breaking. You can enchant this armor with all of the normal armor enchantments, and you can also repair this armor using an anvil and some spare Eternium ingots. The second ore I've added into the end is the Ender Quartz Ore. This ore can be mined to give you End Quartz. You can use this End Quartz to craft an End Quartz block. If you take 4 of these blocks, you can then craft smooth End Quartz. You can also craft End Quartz pillars using the End Quartz blocks. And finally, if you use the End Quartz blocks mixed with some End Quartz, you can then craft chiseled End Quartz. Just like regular quartz, the End Quartz is primarily used to create multiple new decorative blocks. And while there is a chance for these ores to spawn on top of the End Islands, you'll be able to primarily find these ores inside of End Caves. These caves are quite different from any other cave in the game, seeing as how they are purely vertical, so they can be quite dangerous to try and navigate without the proper equipment. Inside of these caves, you can find our 2 new ores, Eternium and End Quartz. You can also find corrupted blocks, which were inspired directly from Minecraft dungeons. Looking at our new biome compared to how the normal end looks, I think there's definitely been a lot of good improvement. But even with a new biome, the normal end plains still exist, and are still quite boring. So let's try adding some new things to spice up that area as well. Firstly, I've added a new block that spawned in the area called Enslate. This block can be mined and crafted into a polished Enslate. You can also now craft a polished Endstone using Endstone. I've also added 2 new mobs into this area. The first new mob is the Luistic Enderman. This Enderman variant rarely spawns because of how dangerous it can be. This mob has 150 health and does 20 damage. Basically, you should avoid this mob at all costs until you have high level gear. Whenever this mob attacks you, you will temporarily receive blindness, which can make fighting this mob very difficult. When killed, this mob will drop a Prism Pearl, a brand new item. This item does the exact same thing as an Ender Pearl, the only difference being that the Prism Pearl isn't affected by gravity. You can make much more precise Ender Pearl throws with this new mechanism. The final new mob to the area is the Enderling. The Enderling has 30 health and has a basic movement speed of 0.2. This mob is basically the wandering trader of the end, but will actually give you much more useful items. For a varying amount of Eternium, you can buy multiple different items from this mob, such as firework rockets and gapples to high-level armor. Right now, the mob doesn't have that many unique items to trade, but as more features get developed for this add-on, more and more items will be available to trade for. This is only the first episode in this End add-on series, and there are many more to come, so if you want to see more of this End add-on content, make sure to subscribe. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone on my development team that helped with this add-on. You guys are the best. This add-on isn't yet available for download, but will be at some point in the near future. You can join my Discord using the link down below to stay up to date on when my add-ons will be releasing. For sticking around until the very end of this video, here is a sneak peek at a new end mob my team has been working on. The first one to post a picture of it on my Discord will get a special role. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out some other videos I made about a potential end update.